Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Hadiana from International Law, Faculty of Law, Bandung Islamic University. Here, I'm gonna deliver my presentation. The title is Law Enforcement Against Civil Aircraft Crossing the Prohibited Area according to the 1944 Chicago Convention and Law Number 1 of 2009. The next slide, we have background of the problems. The first background is civil aircraft is a transportation that has a high risk where all aspects related to it are very important to be discussed. The next one is the role and function of air transportation is a very important, especially from a political and economic point of view, which has led to the rapid development of the national aviation. Besides that, we have two very important aspects. The first one is advantages for time efficiency, covering a wider area than other means of transport, economical, and uses high technology. Besides that, we have consequences. The consequences is an accident that causes losses to various parties, such as a person injury or death. Furthermore, we have identification of problems. The first problem is how is the law enforcement against prohibited airspace of a country according to Chicago Convention? And the next one is how is the law enforcement in Indonesia according to law number 1 and the implementation? The next one, we have method of research. The first one is approach method comparative studies. Specification of research is descriptive analysis. Method and technique for collecting the data is normative judicial method. With library research, search of the data is primary, secondary, and tertiary legal materials. And the last part is method of analysis is qualitative judicial. The next slide, we have analysis in the main idea for this presentation is sovereignty regulated in Article 1 of the Chicago Convention and Article 5 of Law Number 1 in Indonesia. Prohibited area is regulated in Article 9 of the Chicago Convention and Article 7 of Law Number 1 in Indonesia. The definition of law enforcement is not specifically regulated in Indonesian law, but we can find it in Article 401 of Law Number 1 in Indonesia. Besides that, we have three cases. The first one is Ukraine International Airlines. The next part is Korean Airlines. And the third one is Air France. The next slide, we have several arguments. Is the country is obligated to give a warning of the aircraft violation, order the aircraft to return or leave the territory without any discrimination. Without any discrimination is very important things that we can be discussed because it's forbidden in international law, especially in Indonesia. And the next one is regarding the steps to embark civilian aircraft have been regulated in Annex 2 called Rules of the Air. And the next one, in Indonesia, we have involvement of TNI Angkatan Udara in upholding sovereignty in national airspace, Article 10 of Law Number 34 of 2004. Every person operating an Indonesian aircraft or foreign aircraft entering the prohibited airspace in Indonesia shall be punished with imprisonment up to 8 years, and maximum fine is 500 million rupiah. The next slide, we have conclusion and suggestion. Conclusion is aviation is an integrated system consisting of the use of airspace, aircraft, airport, air transportation, flight navigation, safety, and security. And the next one is law enforcement are not specifically regulated in Chicago Convention, but this can be found in the national law number 1. The next slide, we have suggestion. The Chicago Convention requires additional rules on law enforcement for aircraft crossing the prohibited area, specifically and clearly. And the next one is regulations regarding law enforcement for Indonesia and foreign aircraft crossing the prohibited area in Indonesia especially must have specific rules and cover all aspects, not just sanctions and punishment. Thanks for the attention. Sorry for all the mistakes that I made. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.